Okay, hi everyone. By the way, my name is Joshua. I'm a realtor with JS Realty, and joining me here is Jeffrey Zoka. He's one of our bloggers on our page. That's blog.jsrealty.com. So I actually brought him here to discuss and talk a little bit more about. He deals in luxury real estate. He works with a notable real estate firm, the Grenadines Homes. They are the owners of the Oceana. They own lots of the Grenadines Homes in Shangotedo and several real estate luxury apartments like that. So I tried brought him here to tell us a bit more about his last blog, where he talked about how the Nigerian luxury real estate really looks like. So, so I like talk too much. I like to just let him introduce himself to the house, and then we'll kickstart from there. So hi Jeffrey, nice meeting you.
Hello Joshua, thanks for having me here.
You're welcome. So how's been the industry? Like,
Anyway, I'm not so I wouldn't really call myself a developer yet, although I can say I'm a real estate enthusiast.
okay.
Having spent a couple years in real estate myself,
Awesome.
I've seen it take different turns from regular real estate apartments to duplexes and terraces. Then the invention of this, or the implementation of these new square-shaped houses without roofs, then to high-rise buildings. Since they built all these old ones in a marina, we haven't really had new skyscrapers. But in the past, should I say in the past decade, we've had a lot of them come up. A lot of real estate developers are playing it big this time as we speak. Grenadines Homes being one of them. I work with Grenadines Homes, as you mentioned previously. So I can say it's been interesting, it's been exciting.
So I know someone listening to you now will be like, man, this thing is really awesome. You want to, okay, if I probably put more money in let's say in luxury property like in Lekki, Ikoyi, how's the investment like? How's the returns like?
It depends. If you are talking about regular real estate, in terms of duplexes or houses in Ikoyi and Lekki, I think it's common knowledge that payback period for real estate is usually around 20 years, if I'm not mistaken. Between 15 to 20 years. 20 years, say. And that's not very attractive for our 21st century investors, because there are a lot of other revenue streams now. People put money into forex, although you can lose money as fast as you gain money, but then when you win big, and it comes in over 30% within a few hours. When cryptocurrency already exists, it's only normal that people would shy away from real estate that takes 20 years. Although it is said that 90% of all wealthy individuals have a bulk of their wealth stored in real estate, but then nobody wants to tie down cash for 20 years before making back your money. For Christ's sake, I'll probably if I made money late in life, it means if I eventually key into real estate, I'll only be giving the revenue or the dividends to my children.
Obviously.
So it's only normal that many people would prefer faster revenue streams. But then, in recent times, with the implementation of ideas such as Burj Khalifa owning timeshare schemes or hotel apartments investments. In fact, if you read Donald Trump books, he always mentions that hotel apartments actually generate more revenue than regular real estate. And he said from time, immediately he discovered it, that he has stopped investing in just regular housing. And now what he does is hotel apartments and hotel casinos. Hotel casinos is another very wonderful real estate investment that hasn't really become common in Nigeria. But I see Nigeria Nigeria heading towards that direction because we already have hotel apartments like in Dubai. The only thing is Nigerians are now tweaking it to suit the Nigerian terrain more. So if you own an hotel apartment in, say, a Nigerian company, you can own it for life.
Yeah.
You can transfer it to your next of kin.
Yeah.
And Grenadine Homes, my company, won the most innovative company last year for bringing this to reality. Although several others have taken toll on it, and we said the queue first. But then the idea is it's redefining the way real estate is being done in Nigeria. Very soon, regular real estate will fade out. People will demolish it to build more profitable investment scheme, or except you are just having it for the purpose of living. I understand.
So talking about this your Grenadines project has this structure of hotel apartments. So can you just brief us about what's up with the property?
Okay, we call it the Oceana.
Okay.
The Oceana was one of the most inventive real estate solutions to be brought to light in Nigeria.
What makes it unique? I mean, because we have a lot of hotels, we have, I mean, we have a lot of short-let apartments in Nikwe, in fact in VI. That's the hot cake right now, because people are beginning to open up to a lot of technology like the fiber and short-let ones. So what makes it really unique?
For me, I would say there is no such project as the Oceana because it has so many key features that makes it a 5-star hotel. I would say that except probably Transcorp in Abuja, there's really no 5-star hotel in Nigeria.
Okay. Wow.
The standard for a 5-star hotel is to have a minimum 150 units of hotel apartments. This is what Oceana has.
Wow.
Our hotel tower is 26 floors of standard studio rooms, 5-star studio apartments. Our studio apartment is an average of 32 to 49 square meters of living area, a small lounge, and a kitchenette with convenience, obviously. This isn't what it's not common in Nigeria at all. For you to be able to stay in a 5-star hotel and cook your own meal. Aside this, it's a place where you can live, work, and play. Okay. It's very difficult for you. If you drive through Ikoyi, for instance, Bodilon Drive, you find out that there are several overpriced residential apartments.
Yeah, you can say that.
And this is because there is no other stream of income for that project aside people living there and paying exorbitant service charge up for it. You understand? So when you have an edifice like the Oceana, and people can live there, you can work there, you can come there to play. Just like we are in front of the lagoon now, you can be by the Atlantic, by the seashore.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And then you can either just sit there and watch the sunrise or sunset.
Okay.
And after a while, you head back to your apartment. You can work and live there at the same time. And if you don't work and live there, you can come there for relaxation. There are going to be event spaces, so everybody knows how a hotel is cashing out from events. Yeah. And then there are retail spaces, which most banks are already taking spaces within the Oceana. It's bound to be a place to be in. And then we're bringing in the likes of Hyatt to come and run the hotel management. So you're looking at a 13 million subscriber brand coming to run the hotel. You can only imagine how much revenue will be generated from that stream. With high-rise and swimming pools.
By the way, what's the Hyatt? Like, what structure are they actually into?
Hyatt is a 5-star hospitality brand.
Oh, okay.
So they are known to run big hotels across the globe. They're popular in the US, in Canada, in Netherlands, and Las Vegas.
Because some people might actually not know about it. That's what I'm asking.
Right. So okay. For them to have 13 million subscribers, you should know, and they have never been to Africa.
Wow.
So these 30 million subscribers are around the globe, and 30% of them come into Nigeria for business every year.
Awesome.
So we are guaranteed to have at least, say, 20% of them come into the Oceana. Awesome. Besides that, the idea is the Oceana provides an ambience that you wouldn't find any other place in Nigeria at this moment.
Okay, so how is the location or
Yes, the location, access to a beach. While
wow?
everybody knows that beachfront houses are more expensive.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
They're now having a beachfront house on a tower. Put that two and two together, having been able to see the entire skyline of Lagos from say the 20th floor.
That'd be
And
amazing.
you just will come out to your balcony and then imagine having, you know, the kind of breeze you find up there.
Obviously.
And so you want to beat the Lagos traffic, there's an helipad just at the top. You go from there straight to the airport and you take your flight back to the US if you're a visitor. So you understand, it's not what you'd find any other place. And then imagine how much Caverton makes from their helipad at Uzumba.
Yeah,
A lot of money. And a lot of times it comes in, they pay in dollars.
obviously.
These are facilities that will be available to the occupants of the Oceana.
That reminds me of a joke probably said recently about the traffic in Lagos. You won't be the traffic, you have to be on the air, actually.
Exactly.
So I mean, it's an amazing one. It's an amazing one.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's something that we all look out for, because it's one thing in real estate is to invest. Another thing is to get your money out in terms of revenue, in terms of returns on your investment. So for example, so like how's the returns like, and how quick? Because it's about innovation, and I like the fact that it's something that is unique in the country. Apart from the fact that the structure is kind of very, very good, it comes with a good brand. I wrote a blog saying that, and I talked about how brands of property development really affects the quality, the price of a product. So the good thing is that you mentioned Hyatt being the managers of which they have very good brand in hospitality.
Yeah.
So how is it like? How can you tell us like how soon, for example, maybe I invest about 100 million into this project, like how soon can someone recoup this money, or rather, how soon can just a crude estimate?
Okay, so let's do the maths.
Okay.
A studio apartment within the Oceana, it's 9.8 million.
Okay.
Assuming I pay outright at this moment, and I wait out the construction of the project, which will be done by last quarter 2020.
Okay.
So let's say there's a waiting period of 2 years.
Okay.
At this point in time, Kappa and Dalbert are currently on site, so they'll be done by then. But then, we're talking about the maths now. By the time construction is done, with our projections being done by VHF, looking into other similar brands across Lagos State, we are saying with an occupancy rate of 52%, say 190 days out of 365 days in a year, you'll be getting 19 million.
Oh wow.
19 million annually. But then let's now assume that we take off 40 or 50% of, let's be pessimistic, 50% of that goes into maintenance, upgrades and developments within the project, and payment of staff and everything. Let's assume you get 10%. Let's assume you get 10 million every year. Within 8 years max, you would have gotten back your cash. So the payback period is actually very short in comparison to. Remember, I already mentioned that it's common knowledge that hotel apartments generate more revenue than.
Because an average residential apartment, you should be looking around 20 years, 15, 20 years.
20 years. In fact, there's a Lagos state law that you can't rent a house for more than 5% of its value.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, assuming you are going to rent it at 5% of the value, and you add some, assuming you get a duplex build a duplex in Lekki 1, how much do you think you'd rent it for?
Max 8 to 10 million. That's the
That's even being overly positive.
obviously.
Because I don't think you will find a duplex. How many people will rent a duplex for 10
People
million?
rather pay that in Ikoyi.
Exactly. People rather pay that in Ikoyi. So assuming you get that say for 5 million, 6 million, it will take you probably 17 years to get back your money.
Obviously.
17 years to get back your money. So I think it's a smarter one to key into the Oceana.
That's impressive, to be honest. I like good projects, and I like project that gives investors an assurance that they could get their money at a particular time, and it's glad we have such a thing in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So we probably look forward to learning more from the deal or the Oceana. I'll also drop a video later after this live video to show you live video of what we. So I was actually there today. Went to check it, a bit of how far the project is ongoing, and it was quite impressive. At least working towards their scheduled planned completion. It's actually built by Kappa and the Alberto.
Yeah.
And I was surprised. I mean, I was amazed. Let me use the word amazed to see that they are really on site and they've started work. So it's an amazing time. Glad you guys like this program. Jeffrey, thanks for coming around.
Thank you very much.
Having me around. Thank you so much. So please like and share this video, and we look forward to hearing from you. We'll drop our phone numbers down this in the comments. So if you have any questions, just say hi to us. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.